Last point. We in the ANC in France last week have organized our annual meeting, and we felt, exactly like was the case in Japan, that time had come to realize what I've just tried to share with you, which is how much debate is going on, how much all our proposals have triggered movement in thinking and in action and results in accounting standard setting at world level. And one of the subjects that have come up and which I thought we should discuss, and that's what we did last week, was what I would call non-financial accounting. And I know that in Japan it's an important matter as well. Let me just share very briefly some ideas with you. One is that it is striking to see how many proposals are on the table. This is not at all stabilized, and we should avoid replicating some of the mistakes that we made in the accounting sector when we tried to build a world standard in a way that was probably not the most rapid or secure way. And there is a lot to learn from that experience and a lot of wisdom to try and exert when it comes to making sure that in legal terms, when we produce legal requirements, but also in terms of the products that are basically on offer today to all companies, we make sure that we move in a way which is likely to achieve the best and the quickest of all harmonization, and I'll be happy to discuss that with you much deeper. Clearly to us, two things are important when it comes to the substance. One is that concepts used to take into account non-financial items in accounting in the broad sense should be robust enough, should be the result of a proper process, should be consensual, well understood, in order to avoid undue complexity and misunderstandings on concepts. And the second issue, which is even more important or as important, is that we should attach, if possible, the same importance to the robustness and reliability of figures in the non-financial areas as in the financial area. So this is, in a way, showing how much work we have for the next years. It will not happen overnight. And this was the last message that I wanted to share with you. But my final word to you all, friends and colleagues in Japan, is the following. It's incredible how much we are raising the same questions, sharing to a large extent the same ideas, values, and I think that we should continue to cooperate as much as we can and to do it in a way that is as creative as possible. I know from my contacts with the K9 men and all companies how deeply involved you are in reflections on all these issues today, and I know that this is the same for the accounting firms and for all investors. And I really tell you, in this world and in these times of considerable change, we should be thinking out of the box and be able to come up with creative solutions. This is why, in many areas, starting with the last ones that I mentioned, for example, like in non-financial areas, non-financial accounting areas, I really want to very officially offer to you to build teams and foster work in order to do common work, common research, common projects, because we need and we know that we have a strong common foundation to do that between French and Japanese actors. We need to come up with the best solutions, once again, to produce a robust, reliable, credible, and lasting and sustainable world accounting standard which is our common goal. Thank you very much for your attention.